Okay, so imagine you just spent 2 hours researching a topic. Maybe you saved 20 links, maybe some articles, some YouTube videos, different things like that. And now you're staring at all of it thinking, okay, what do I do with all this? A lot of you would reach for NotebookLM because it's so great at processing all of that and helping you chat with it. Today, we're looking at a tool that takes it a step further from just research and reports to actually creating things with it. Not just overviews and mind maps and things like that, actual documents that you can edit and work with, everything else that you could possibly come up with to create, you can do it in this new tool. That tool is called YouMind, and it's an amazing tool that I've talked about several times on this channel. It started out as a notebook alternative that let you use other AI models, and now it's become something that is far more impressive. It has a very clean, minimal interface that reminds me of the early days of Notion. It's a joy to use, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can use it to create anything. I will quickly walk you through the UI and I will give you a brief overview, and then I will show you the brand new features that are taking this thing to the next level. So let me first get logged in here real quick. All right, inside YouMind, this is what you're going to see at the beginning. Let me zoom in here so you guys get a better look. And it looks similar to, ChatGPT here with this interface. These are all your recent boards over here on the side. These are like your different projects, your different folders. First thing I'm going to do is show you how I go from research to actually creating a documentary style script and then creating the slides and everything to make a little presentation type documentary that you could use for YouTube. I've talked about that in the past on this channel, but what's new about this tool and so impressive is the Sprite feature and what they've done to skills. So I'll be showing you guys that later on in the video. Definitely stick around for that because it's so powerful. First, let me run you through how to actually use the tool just for like a basic workflow so you can see what it's like and see if it's a good fit for you. So because I'm starting a new project, I'm going to go over here to new board, going to click new board, and you can see we've got the same chat interface, and I'm going to go up here and I'm going to edit it and rename it to what we're working on. So we're going to make a video about the new Ferrari car that came out. It's a little controversial, and you can see we have no tasks yet because we haven't told it to do anything. So for that, we're going to go over here to the chat interface. Now, one of the things that separates this from like a NotebookLM, other than the creative aspects, is that you're going to get access to all the different models. So you can see here, we've got a bunch to choose from, even some more of the more obscure ones, but I'm going to go with Opus 4.8 here. Also, you have these skills here. So I'll go over these more in detail later in the video, but you can see you're able to use some pre-built official skills here. There's also some that I've installed or created myself on this other side. Most of you are going to be familiar with skills at this point, but they're basically just preset prompts, right? And then of course over here, you've got connectors and things like that. So you can bring in all of your data however you want. So now I'm just going to tell YouMind exactly what I want it to research. So I'm going to dictate it by clicking this button right here, and I'm going to give it a prompt. I want to create a Vox style documentary about the new Ferrari Luce that just came out, a car designed by Johnny Ive. Go look at all the recent media coverage of this new announcement and the new car and put together a research brief that we can use to then go write the script for the documentary. And I believe that's perfect. So let's go ahead and send that off. So this thing is going to work here for several minutes, putting together everything for us. You can see I'm not having to pull in any sources, which is really nice, but I can bring my own sources if I want to. So let me quickly show you how that works. YouMind has a Chrome extension that you can use to clip content from the internet and add it to your boards. So I'm going to go over to YouTube here, and I'm going to go to this video right here. So YouMind might have already found this one, I don't know, but they're covering the new Ferrari. So I'm going to go up here and click the extension. You can see how clear this overview is. It's really cool because you're able to click on any of the summary sections and it jumps to that part of the video, which is just really clean and simple here. This is one of my favorite parts of YouMind. They let you do some other things here, like chat with the video if you like, and then you have a few other little tools that you can use. Because I know I want to use this, I'm just going to go up here and click save, and that's going to add it to our board. If we open it up inside of YouMind, you'll actually see another cool feature. So they have the ability for you to pick parts of the video that you'd like to use, which is pretty cool. It goes through and auto picks things that it thinks are going to be great, but you can also pick it yourself. So that just shows the agent what we're trying to prioritize from the saved content. Super powerful. Okay, so the research brief is done and you can see it right here. It's pretty long and it's got citations for everything it found. It also has all of the sources here. So if I open up this folder, you can see all the sources it used to create this little brief. And this is the video here that we clipped a moment ago. This is everything we need. So now I can go back to tasks. I can create a new one and I can say something like this. We have a bunch of sources and a research brief for a documentary that we're working on here about the new Ferrari. I would like you to take all this and actually go write a Vox style script for this documentary. While you're at it, I would also like you to come up with visuals in a similar style that we can actually generate with ChatGPT Image 2 and turn into a slideshow to accompany the voiceover script. Okay, so it's asking me a few questions here about the direction of this work. So I'm just going to choose the concept here of the Apple car finally arrived because Johnny Ive was the designer from Apple. Let's just shoot for a 4 to 5 minute short just to keep things simple. And we'll go with this Vox graphic cards style. So those are some answers that will give it some direction. And now we'll continue working on everything for us. One thing I want to point out while this is working is this little icon up here. So this little character up here is called Sprite. And if I open it up, you can see it's a separate chat right here. And this thing is super powerful. I will show it to you more in detail in a minute, but it's definitely a reason to keep watching the video. It will remind you a lot of like an OpenClaw or a Hermes agent that's built into this tool. It's hosted for you. It's one of the new features that has me super excited about YouMind right now. Okay, so the research is finished. If we go over to files, you can see it's right here. If I click on it, you can see we've got our document here. So now we've got two documents. We have our brief that it used for the research, and then it has the actual script. So before we go any further, I want to show you what makes this similar to Notion. So if we go into the brief, just for example, I can do things like slash and then add text in this way, and I can edit this like a normal document, but that's not all it can do. If I select something, you can see we have the option to make changes. I can go in here and highlight the text if I want, or if I want to edit something with AI, I can go and I can select this task here and I can say, clean this up. And now it will start working on the text that I selected. Now, when you have AI actually make edits inside the document, this is what you're going to see. You can see the text that it's changed really easily. So you're able to review it and you can accept it or reject it. Obviously, we'll accept it here. And it makes those changes for us. So now let's go back over to the script here. So this is what it did for us. So you can see it has all of our image generation scripts for the slideshow, and then it has our script. So now let's go over and create a new task. And I'm going to say something like this. We've created a script in our files here, and I would like you to take the visual image prompts that are in that script and actually generate the slideshow for this presentation, this video that we're working on. So it's going to go into that document for us and just pull those prompts out and start working. I could have gone in here and selected some of these skills, but it's going to just go ahead and use them on its own. It's smart, it knows what it needs. You can see here it's loaded the create slide skill, and it's going to generate those images. I'm just going to generate all 14 at once because this is just a demo, and we'll click continue. Hope you guys are seeing just how simple this is. Obviously, I could customize this more with using my own stylistic skills in here, like my Joseph writing style, or I can be more diligent going through all the sources here and making sure that only the ones that I want are in here, things like that, to actually get a better final product. So now you can see it's generating all of our images at one time. This is a lot faster than using ChatGPT. Here you can just do it all at once and get it over with. Now, I don't know how these are going to turn out. I haven't reviewed the prompts at all, but you can see with the new GPT Image 2 model, it's actually doing a great job with the text generation. Okay, so it's done making the images. You can see that the new image models are so good with text, which just makes this so much easier because all the text actually looks right. The funny thing is that it actually makes the Ferrari look better in these generated images than what it really looks like. And if you wanted to bring in the real images of the car, obviously you could do that. This is a good starting place. Now here's the full slideshow. You could use AI to turn these into video files as well. We click presentation mode. I can open this up here and flick through it. And if I was doing some sort of speech or something and showing off the slides, I could do that. You guys get the point. So with this slideshow, I could, of course, record a voiceover myself. I could even use AI to generate a voice here if I wanted to do an AI voice presentation. While I was talking, I had it generate us a web page. Okay, so now it's built the companion website for our documentary. If I go over to our files, you can see we have it right here. I'm going to open it up online. So let's just see right here. This is what you're able to share with your documentary. So you can see it's got the image we generated in the background with like a moving effect here, which is cool. It's got an explanation of what this documentary is about. I mean, guys, just incredible. And it's got some of the images that we generated down here as a slideshow. I mean, this is beautiful. This looks really good. It's using quotes that are actually accurate to our original research. Okay, so I hope that helps you understand the power of this tool. Those are the basics. You can take it much further with your own pre-built skills, but that takes me to the new features that are inside YouMind that I really want you guys to see. So skills are an important part of this tool. They allow you to take it from the basics that you've seen here and turn it into your own custom creative studio workspace, right? Now, there are so many tools built in that you can explore. These are made by people within the community. And if I go to monthly top, you can see the most popular ones within the system. There are a lot here that I cannot wait to try, but what's so interesting about it is there now is free and paid rankings. So anyone can put their own skills up here and list a price for them, and then you'll get paid out in actual cash. It's a credit system, but you can convert those credits into cash. You can see that these are free and I can just click install. If I go to paid, you can see that there are credit costs for these. If I chose to use this one for 10,000 credits, I could go in here, I could click get, and it would be added to my system. Let's say that I wanted to take my writing skill that I have created, and I could click share up here, and I could share it to the marketplace. This is amazing because these are already things that I'm using. I can let those be digital products that become an income stream, a passive income stream for me without doing any extra work. All I do is go in here and set my price. We could do 500 credits and I could submit it. So that's an amazing update for YouMind. It allows you to start making money, which everyone loves. But now the most powerful part of YouMind that's going to actually improve your workflows is the addition of Sprite. And I mentioned him earlier in the video, but he is your companion that's going to help you with your work. You can actually access every single board you have all at once, and he can help you find things. He can help you work on things while you're away from your computer. If I go up to this top little button here, you can see we have his memory, his user, his soul. This is very similar to OpenClaw. This will allow you to edit how he behaves, what he knows about you, what his memory is, and Sprite can also update this just by you explaining yourself. And he's living in the cloud. You don't actually have to put this on a Mac Mini or put it install on a VPS, nothing like that. He's just here working for you 24/7 because you can chat with him through Telegram. So if you go to Telegram here, you're able to set up a bot and you can use this on your phone and chat with him. This is just like what you would do with OpenClaw or Hermes Agent. And you can use different models here. So maybe you want to use a model that uses less credits or something like that. You can just go in here and select the one that you prefer. Now he's on GPT 5.5. You can see you can also manage his scheduled tasks here. You can ask him to do things on a schedule. So for example, some of the things that you might use him to do are set reminders, so he can text you, see he can do daily capture, and then he can notify you. He's really just there to be the personal layer on top of the boards and the agents that you're using inside YouMind. So he proposed this idea here for a scheduled task, so I'm gonna have him do that. You can see he's setting the schedule here, and let's go ahead and test that and see how it works. Okay, so Sprite went and did an analysis, and it saved the scan here to a new scans board I had it create, and you can see that it's found some trending information here about AI news. Really easy for me to come in and check this every morning. So this could be a way for you to monitor competitors, or if you're tracking a product category, something for work, you can do things like that. This is great because it offloads the problem of having to decide what's worth paying attention to. The AI can know you and know what you're looking for and then just give that to you so you're able to be more efficient. And then if I want to, I can go over here to boards and click on this icon and it will show me all of my scheduled tasks. You can see this one we set up right here is enabled, and we can edit that and we can see the prompt that he's created for us. That way we can make minor changes here if we want to. Super nice and easy. If you have one of these working, that's not that impressive, but imagine you have 10 different automations going, keeping your system updated, monitoring the internet for you, allowing you to just be the most efficient version of yourself. You can imagine how that would start compounding for you, making you more effective, more productive, more creative, just a really exciting way to work, right? Obviously, you still want to do your own creative expression, your own real work, the stuff that you care about. This offloads everything else, the repetitive stuff, and it does it all in with your style and your taste by using the skills that you've created. And of course, if you want this on your phone, you also have the YouMind mobile app available. So you can download this and use it however you like from your phone. So a big question is, who should actually use this? Who is this best for? I think this makes the most sense for people who are actually creating things. If you're just casually researching, pulling a few documents in and chatting with them in NotebookLM, this is not something that you need. This is for people who are actually taking that information and turning it into something, right? Creators, writers, consultants, coaches, educators. This could be a great tool for marketers and founders as well, freelancers, things like that. YouMind is your all-in-one AI creation studio. That's literally what they call it. And I think they do an incredible job at that. I'll have the link in the description below if you want to try it out for yourself. They have a free plan so you can go in there and decide for yourself if it's going to be a good fit for you. Here are some other videos that I made that you should watch next. Drop a like if this was the kind of video you enjoyed watching, and I'll make more just like this for you. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end, and I will see you guys in the next one.